If you follow my Instagram, you know I recently shot a short film with the Insta360 One R 4K, 1-inch and 360 mod, alongside with the Insta360 Titan and the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 6K. This low-budget short film is a scripted romantic comedy, by the way, and it has an open water scene in the Pacific Ocean, as you see right here. We are trying to use an action camera to recreate the half above water and half underwater cinematic shot. In this review and tutorial video, we will go over my thought process, my Insta360 One R waterproof accessories, my underwater build with the Lume Cube, and my cinematic camera setting of the Insta360 One R. Summer is here. I hope this video will help you find the best above water and underwater accessory for your Insta360 One R, and tips and tricks to help you to get beautiful cinematic footage in any water activity you do and enjoy. We got a lot to cover, so let's go. Hey, what's up everybody, it's your boy Hugh here from Creator Up. So today we are gonna do some underwater housing tests for the brand new Insta360 One R with the brand new 1-inch LEICA right here. There's a giant lens, but nobody actually did this thing into the water. It'll be funny to see it'll be fun to see how it perform underwater. And on the right side we have the One R 360 mod, which have this housing, but we are not shooting VR today. We are actually gonna use this ball housing to create that iconic shot of the above water and below water shot. Usually you can only do that with the GoPro with the Doom port or a very expensive like giant fisheye camera. But this setup is like so cheap that if it works, it's probably the cheapest one you can do in the one side Doom port video. So we have the actor behind us, ready to be filmed. Is that ready?
Yep, ready.
Okay, so I'm going in. Oh my gosh.
Let's go.
Okay, so I want you guys to practice your line. Action.
Swimming in uncharted waters.
Come on. You're not afraid of sharks.
I promise. I won't let anything happen to you. Huh? Kim.
Okay, now try to deliver. I gotta go behind you and only capture him.
With the lines?
Yeah, with the line. But you do your line too. So yeah, this one to you.
Swimming in uncharted waters.
Come on. You're not afraid of sharks.
I promise. I won't let anything happen to you. Oh, come here.
One more time.
A few moments later.
So the One R 1-inch LEICA stopped recording during the practice. I would recommend anyone who consider diving with the Insta360 One R right here to use the waterproof housing right here. If you read their documentation carefully, they also recommend for rough water condition like surfing to use this thing. Next time when you consider putting your naked camera into the water, think twice. You can get some really beautiful underwater footage like this if you use the dive case with the correct camera setting. So if you are planning to use the One R as a 2D underwater camera like the GoPro, getting the dive case is a must. Even One R is waterproof, but since the accident, I would never ever put my baby into the water without protection. Give me a like if you appreciate my honesty and trying to look out for you. For the 1-inch LEICA, which don't have an official case for now, I also heard the Ulanzi Insta360 One R Plus metal rabbit cage could make One R waterproof. No one has tried it yet, so I hope Ulanzi will respond to my email so I can test it for you guys in my upcoming One R videos. the result I really want to show you guys is not from the 4K or 1-inch mod. Even though you can see right here captured by the 1-inch LEICA, the result is impressive and probably one of the best underwater action camera if you have a correct casing. But as you see here, with the regular 4K or the 1-inch or the GoPro Heroes 8, they all have the common problem that makes your footage look less cinematic: the distortion underwater. Also, the blurry waterline, as I point out right here, really does not look that great. The result we really want is like in this video, which has a clear separation of above and underwater with very sharp waterline, and the underwater is not distorted, which will not make the actress look fat, which is a big deal in lots of movie production. In order to achieve that in a budget, we can use the dive case for the dual lens 360 mod instead. Just put it out there, if you only have money for one 1R accessory, getting the 360 dive case is a no-brainer. Look at the 4K reframed footage right here from the Insta360 One R 360 mod. It has a clear water separation line without distorting the actor's body, and it looks really good when you apply GoPro FX Reframe plugin and make sure the lens curve set to 70 to remove all fisheye distortion. Slap on my tropical water LUT and some color grading magic. Now the footage looks amazing. For most of you who want to capture amazing above and underwater footage, this is the best setup I can recommend. Not to mention, this is actually a 360 video, so everything around you is captured and you don't see it the stitch line. It's one of those set it and forget about it camera setup, so you can enjoy your water activity without worrying too much getting out of frame. If you don't have an Insta360 One R Twin Edition or the vertical battery setup, which is necessary to use with the amazing 360 dive case, my 360 aerial mod, and even the VR 180 mod, which is coming up very soon, I have some good news for you. For a limited time, if you buy the 1R using my link in the description down below, you also get a free selfie stick along with whatever promotion Insta360 is running currently. So bookmark that link if you need any Insta360 mod or accessories. There is one problem though if you want to get cinematic underwater footage, that is lighting. Almost 90% of the time, you don't get good sun penetration like what you see here underwater, especially in the ocean. So I also built this underwater rig myself to achieve the best underwater stabilization and light balance. So this rig consists of the metal frame right here, which you can use any frame from the Amazon. I'll provide some option in the description down below. Having both hands on the camera while moving in the water provide the best stabilization. And the most important part of this build, actually, to flip around, is this tube Lume Cube right here. They are the new Lume Cube 2.0 with 95 CRI. You can put the softening diffuser right here and have the even lighting underwater. They are 100% waterproof to 30 feet, and they also have a version that is 100 feet waterproof. Attach them both sides on my handle and make sure the Lume Cube is actually, see, in the water like this. Not like my original setup, so you can light the underwater instead of above water. If you move a lot underwater, I would also recommend getting a pair of fins. Another really great accessory is the bite mount. It frees your hands up and also get you that really great POV view. We actually use it on our film as you see right here instead of in the water. It might look a little bit funky on the talent, but great POV for the viewer as you see right here. If you are a surfer, then getting the bite mount is a no-brainer. I will provide the very cheap but solid version I use below, which is half the price of the official GoPro bite mount. Don't forget to share this video on your social media to spread the love. Another very necessary Insta360 One R accessory are ND filter and underwater filter. Freewell makes some amazing ND filter that you can use with 4K, the 1-inch and 360 mod. I would recommend to use them to keep your shutter speed double of your frame rate, the 180 rule in filmmaking, to create cinematic motion blur above and around water. For underwater diving, you will need a red filter. Freewell is also making them, and I will let you know as soon as they are available. You can also just use some GoPro red filter and attach on the underwater dive case to have the same effects. Camera settings. Now, let's talk about the camera setting. My cinematic camera settings are not only for the underwater, but will also work great above the water. The general principle is to get the best dynamic range, the highest quality and flat looking image out from the Insta360 One R. So we can bring back all the details in post-production and also match the color with your 2D DSLR or your cinematic camera like the Red or Blackmagic. So go to setting page and go to the gear icon. In video encoding, choose H.265 for the highest bitrate recording. Then go to screen auto sleep, set timer to never and during recording to off, so your screen never sleep when inside the dive case. You don't want to lose your viewfinder when you are underwater. Swipe right to go to the exposure setting menu. Make sure your white balance is not auto. Underwater temperature change dramatically, so set it to around 5000 Kelvin for a sunny day. Should be good. We cannot set manual exposure underwater, but we want to keep the EV to -0.5 to -1 to protect the skin tone. The skin near the surface of the water is very easy to get blown out, as you see right here. Keep the EV half step to 1 step lower will protect the skin, generate a better end result. I will also turn lock mode on using the mobile phone. Lock mode makes sure I have the best dynamic range underwater, so I can color grade in post-production. I actually provide my underwater tropical LUT absolutely free to download along with my technical conversion LUT for the 1-inch LEICA. For 1R 360 mod, I usually film in 5.7K in 30 frames per second. For 4K and 1-inch mod, I shoot at 4K 59.97 FPS. Having slow motion helps you to slow down the action to have more stable footage. Stabilization will be your constant issue in water, so anything that helps improve stabilization, we will use it, including 60 frames per second. Okay, let's talk about filming tips. As in Creator Up, we are more than just amateur. Filming video is an art that requires more than just technical camera setting. In order to get the best result above and underwater, you need to know the weather condition and water condition. If it is a cloudy day without the sun, in general, I would not recommend to film at all, as the underwater will not have enough lighting and the footage will turn out ugly. Another way to get beautiful underwater footage of talents is to put them in between the sun and the camera, and you try to shot upward instead of downward, like right here. Having the sun come through the water surface create beautiful dream-like reflection that looks super cinematic. We actually dress our talent in a flowy red dress to make the frame look even more interesting. And yes, the wardrobe is also important even for underwater video. Bikini is not always the best option if you want a cinematic shot. Be creative here. Before you get into water, I will suggest apply lens water spot repellent on all your casing and lenses, so water will slip off the lens instead of sticking there as a droplet. A good brand I use is Carefree, and I will provide the link in the description down below. You know the drill by now. No good video without correct post-production workflow. So now we are going to go over the post-production workflow. Step 1 is in Insta360 Studio. Make sure you select the correct dive case stitching. For half above the water and half under the water shot, I usually choose above the water dive case stitching. For 4K mod and 1-inch underwater shot, I usually choose wide instead of ultra wide angle, as I think wide underwater look better without unwanted distortion. If you want to go for the action camera look, feel free to use the ultra wide. Then make sure you use ProRes as your export codec. If not, your Premiere or DaVinci Resolve will have a tough time playback your footage. Step 2 is to bring your footage into your editing software of choice. I have a full series on DaVinci Resolve already cover everything already, so go check it out right here. I will show Premiere here instead. Drop in the GoPro FX Reframe plugin if you use the 360 mod and reframe it to the direction you want to keep, and make sure set the lens curve to 70 to remove unwanted fisheye distortion. For 1-inch and 4K mod, we can just go straight to color grading. You can use Lume Cube here to first load the Insta360 official LUTs, or you can use my technical Rec 709 conversion LUT if you don't like the Insta360 look. Then just use my tropical water LUT, provide free with this video, to get that tropical look. If that is not your thing, feel free to color grade yourself to get your look. Pay attention to the highlight above the water to make sure you are not blowing out the highlight. Then what I like to do is to do a secondary color grade on just everything under the water, as the water part will look soft and less exposed compared to the above water part. We want to balance it by using a mask like so. Give it a big feather, then increase the shadow and exposure to taste. Then we add a strong sharpening and copy the same mask over. Look at the before and after. It makes a world difference for above and underwater shot. It is my secret technique you just learned that you can't find anywhere else on the internet. So please share this video on your social media and spread the love. And don't forget to give me a like and thank you comment down below. So besides Insta360 One R, we also use the GoPro Series A with the Doom port and GoPro Max on this shoot, as you see right here. Is it GoPro combination better than Insta360? Not really. The big Doom port from companies like Telesin is very easy to be scratched, as you see right here. It is also harder to use in open water. If you are interested in learning my GoPro Heroes 8 and GoPro Max underwater cinematic thing, please drop me a comment down below so I know there are enough interest there. This video is more focused on above and underwater cinematic shots instead of deep underwater diving. I am working on another tutorial with some of my diver friends to create that video for you. Any diving more than 5 meters requires a red filter, which is not currently available on any Insta360 One R module. I am working with a couple filter manufacturers to develop filters to help underwater filming with the One R. When they are available, I will make a follow-up reviews and tutorial on deep dive underwater filming in 360 with the Insta360 One R. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to this awesome channel and hit the notification bell. I do my best to cover advanced topics that no one else on the internet willing to cover on 360 and VR filmmaking. Yes, my content is not so clickbait like the others, not easy to learn, and sometimes it's pretty dry. But just like any art form, filmmaking takes time to master, and I'm here to help you with that process so you can get there faster. Become a true artist. I will see you in the next lesson and review. Ciao.